It could have fallen as rain a month ago. Could have been in the underground aquifer for hundreds of years. The state of Florida is covered by a 1 to 2 mile thick layer of limestone. The weight of the water coming through the limestone forces the underground rivers to surface. This is all fresh water. First spring that we're going to see we call the Spring of Stars. Named honor those many stars that perform here, such as Jane Russell, James Dean, Lloyd Bridges of the Sea Hunt series, Burt Reynolds, Jerry Lewis, and of course Johnny Weissmuller of Tarzan fame. This first spring is about 22 feet deep. First movie made here was 1916, The Seven Swans, a black and white silent movie. Another movie you might remember is A Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I remember that.
Also filmed here at Silver Spring. Creature came out of nightcap and his victim took him to the underground cave to develop. Beneath your boat is where that creature from the Black Lagoon lives. It's about 32 feet deep right here, the height of an average Florida home. The long, slender fish with a pointed nose is a gar. He'll grow about 5 feet long and up to 50 pounds. The next spring we call the Abyss. We don't really know how deep this next spring is. Brought a diver out here years ago, said he'd find out. Put him off the front of the boat, he went down and he promptly disappeared. We were getting concerned, about ready to send another diver down to check on him. Suddenly he reappeared. When he got to the surface, he told us what he had done. Took his air tank off, he shoved it ahead of him. So he went through that hole in the earth beneath your boat. Went down to a ledge he found down there, 81 feet. That's the official depth of this spring. 81 feet is as deep as man could go. We call it the Abyss because even though we couldn't get past the ledge, did look around and it does go deeper. That could truly be the bottomless pit connected to the Florida aquifer. Many folks visit us from all over the country, actually all over the world. Many of you have snow where you came from. Here at Silver Springs we have our own Florida snowstorm. That's the name of the spring that we're coming over now. You'll notice the limestone particles being ejected from the underground cavern. Shells, fossils, snails that have been beneath the earth. Hundreds, even thousands a year. Finally, they've been eroded away, brought to the surface by the flow of the underground river. Again, that's a Florida snowstorm about 20 feet deep. I'm sure by now most of you figured out we put the glass bottom in the boat for your enjoyment. I'll be pointing out a few things as we head down the river and back. When there's nothing special to see, keep an eye beneath your boat. It's amazing the show that nature will provide. The plants on the right are pickerel weed. Summertime, they have beautiful purple flowers on them. As we travel along the river, the large blackbird setting in the trees, swimming in the river are cormorants. Natives use the cormorants for fishing for years. Put a wooden ring around their neck with a line attached.
That's the bird.
Set the bird down and catch a fish. Couldn't swallow that fish because of a ring around his neck. Bring the bird to the surface, take the fish from him and send him back down again. The birds in the trees are drying their feathers. grass you see flowing beneath your boat is eelgrass. It's also known as ribbon grass. It grows from 3 to 5 feet long, never above the surface. Natives used it for many things. Made hats, baskets, some of them actually ate it. It has the consistency of celery, but it's very bitter. We have over 100 springs that feed the river. It's 850 million gallons of water every day. The water is 72 degrees all year round, 99.8% pure.
It's amazing.
Below the boat there's an old Indian dugout canoe, carbon dated by the University of Florida. It's over 500 years old. We think it was protected for many years by the stone ridge to the side of it. The ridge looks like the backbone of a dinosaur, but it's not. But it wouldn't be unusual if it was. Just about a mile down the river, they found almost a complete 10-foot high mammoth skeleton. Still remains the largest, most complete mammoth skeleton found in the state of Florida. There's an Indian dugout canoe right below your boat.
Wow. That's a long canoe.
Narrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
The next spring is the Blue Grotto. It's about 24 feet deep. One of the prettier springs along the river. Again, you'll notice the limestone particles like I showed you earlier.
Turtles.
The minute particles of limestone suspended in the water give the water brilliant blue color. Many people think with lights or magnifying glass. Not so, just half-inch plate glass. We have 32 variety of fish live in the river. Bass, brim, bluegill, mullet, carpenter, to name a few. Also below the boat is the opening of the spring itself. That's where the water flows from beneath the earth. You do have to remember the Silver River is a national landmark. If they catch you fishing here, they'll take away your fishing tackle. Then they'll take the boat that brought the fishing tackle. Next, they'll take the trailer that brought the boat. And then they'll take the truck that brought the trailer.
But what if we fish from your boat?
Not my boat.
Okay.
I know better. As they say, ignorance is not bliss. Yeah, you gotta know what's going on. Just so you understand completely, they don't want you to fish here. They'll fine you $500. Don't fish in the Silver River Fork. Don't even get a fish dinner out of it. They keep the fish. They call it evidence. Now we're going to head across the river, the small cove over there. The cove is a home to Spanish Spring, about 14 feet deep. I'd like to show you a couple things over there. Red flowers on the right are wild salvia, also known as cardinal flowers. As we cross the river over the right, there's another cove. That's where they filmed 110 episodes of the Sea Hunt series with Lloyd Bridges. If you don't know who Lloyd Bridges is, that's Mo's daddy, folks. But back in those days, you had 3 TV stations, if you got TV at all. ABC, CBS, and NBC. But you also had to have 2 children. One child actually changed the channel selector on the TV. The second child was outside the window, rotated the antenna around to get the station tuned in. That was our early remote. Yeah.
There you go.
Now you have over 200 channels, still don't have anything to watch. Under your boat you see an old cypress tree coming into view. That tree fell here over 100 years ago. Cypress is the eternal wood. Take the tree from beneath the river, dry it out, it's excellent lumber. Just below that tree you see what we call a mysterious artifact. An old sunken boat. We call it a mysterious artifact because we don't really know where it came from. Too old to be from the early settlers, not old enough to be from the Indians. On the bow of that boat there's some brass fitting. We know the Indians had no brass. This is possibly from the Spanish explorers that came up the river in the 1500s.
Wow.
Ponce de Leon landed in Tampa in 1539. Heard of the Silver River, he brought 600 soldiers up here. Fought the Indians a couple of years till he finally figured out it wasn't silver they were talking about. It was the sparkling limestone particles being ejected from the underground cavern. A little bit lost in the interpretation there.
Right.
The 850 million gallons of water every day that flow from the springs become the Silver River. The Silver River flows down about 5 miles. It goes in the Ocklawaha River. That goes north over 100 miles. Up by Palatka, it goes into the St. Johns River. After another 75 miles or so up through the city of Jacksonville, you can get out in the Atlantic Ocean. By government standards, that makes us a navigable waterway. Anyone can come up here in their private boat. Bring your boat all the way up around the springs, just like we do with a glass bottom boat. Just have to keep moving. You can't block the flow of traffic. 1860s, early 1900s, you could get to Silver Springs by steamboat. Board that boat in the morning in Palatka, cost you $10 for your passage, your cabin, and your meals.
Wow.
Except for Sundays. Sunday was the largest meal of the week, and Sundays they charge you an extra 10 cents. You get here the next day, they supplied all the outposts along the river. Brought them their mail and any finished products they could grow, make, or trade. Carried out their outgoing mail, their furs to trade with the outside world.
Great blue heron?
Yeah. See it in that book?
More turtles on the right on the log there.
Turtles on log? There they are. Yeah.
Over to the right through the trees, the large building with the columns is our Twin Oaks Mansion. There on the great lawn is where we have our concerts, many of our special events. Also have corporate picnics, banquets, weddings, things of that type over there. Just ahead on the right, the tree with the dark, shiny green leaves is a magnolia tree. I'm sure many of you heard of the beautiful magnolia blossom down south. That's where they come from.
Very dark, that
But
tree.
many of the trees along the river are cypress. We have the Florida cypress and the bald cypress. The bald cypress is one of the slowest growing trees around. It grows about an 1.25 inches in diameter every 47 to 50 years. Some of the trees in our park are estimated to be over 500 years old. That gray stuff hanging in the trees is Spanish moss. It's named for the beards of the early Spanish settlers. But there's 2 problems with this. It's not Spanish and it's not moss. Actually, it's an air plant, a member of the pineapple family. Henry Ford used his stuffing in the seats of his early automobile. You might even remember Grandma telling you, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. For many years, they also used that moss as stuffing in the mattresses, till they finally figured out it wasn't the bed bugs biting them. Little tiny bugs in the moss called chiggers or red bugs. They'll get under your skin, you'll itch for the next week or so. But now they treat the moss, still use it as stuffing in fine furniture and making a floral arrangement. The history of Silver Springs, the Indians are closely woven together, especially Seminoles and their leader Osceola. Osceola knew if he signed that treaty, he'd be banished. Stabbed his dagger in the treaty and escaped with over 100 braves. Osceola and his braves fought the soldiers a few years. Finally, he came in on the flag of truce to negotiate a treaty with the soldiers. Soldiers went back on that flag of truce to seize Osceola, threw him in prison. That's where he died at the age of 34. The statue on your right is a great Seminole warrior, Osceola, with his dagger in that peace treaty. Also over here on the right is our lucky palm tree. Legend has that if you step over there, take your picture with a palm tree, it'll bring you 5 years of good luck. Well, folks, I don't know about that. I only get to ride up and down the river in this boat all day. After counting you folks and back for the year 2019. Let me know if this is true. Many people think the river ends over here by the wall. Actually, this is the beginning of the Silver River, the Great Mammoth Spring. As you watch under your boat, we're coming over the basin from Mammoth Spring. It's about 55 feet deep here. Just imagine being an Indian years ago, wandering through the woods, finding this beautiful river flowing from beneath here. As you look up under the front of your boat, you'll notice a cliff. At the bottom of that cliff is a cave. The mouth of the cave is 12 feet high. It goes 65 feet from my right to my left. This is the mouth of the Great Mammoth Spring. This is the beginning of the Silver River. This one spring alone flows 550 million gallons of water every day. Enough water to supply 1/2 of the world's drinking water needs every day. It's the United States' largest artesian spring. We've been taking people out to glass bottom boats to show them the spring since 1878. Florida's original tourist attraction. At one time, ABC television owned this. Did the Good Morning America show here in the promenade deck right behind me with Arlene Francis. Picked up a 110-foot ladder and did the world's high diving championships here also. As you watch under the boat, you'll see some statues used in the Bill Cosby, Robert Culp Spy TV series. $6 million man movies, a James Bond story. The statues are about 7 feet tall. They're movie prop, nothing else. You might notice one of the statues waving back and forth. Not waving in the breeze. It's waving in the flow of the Mammoth Spring. 550 million gallons of water every day.
Be quite a current down
The ledge up under the front of your boat is a continuation of the cave that I showed you earlier. That's down about 17 feet. Now we're going to come over and dock, and I need you to remain seated. keep your children secure. We're gonna have a boat. I'll be as careful as I can. Trying to get ready to exit the boat. Don't forget your camera, your purse. Anything you brought aboard with you today. Also, I'd like to take this time to thank you folks for allowing us to share this adventure with you on the pier of the Silver River today.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's really neat. What do you think?
Well,
Camera.
it's good to go.
Yeah. You just can't see what you're doing. Right yet.
There's a bar. That's as far as it goes.